Does that work for you as well? Because I mean, you could look at it rationally. This guy has one staff of the year. Every virtually every errand you send this guy on is productive enough. He
And
does
then
his
he gets
job.
that
But then
money.
you find out that all that while as well, this other thing was happening with your resources.
It's I have to take it as an individual basis.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm going to say now is not like something that can be used generally and say,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, this is what it for that particular stuff. Because first of all, we live in a country where it's difficult to find good stuff. All right, so sending away a good stuff because he did something that I lost money, but I didn't really feel I lost money with him doing. I mean, if we can have that conversation, I don't want to lose a good staff because it's going to be difficult to replace. So I might consider that in this case. However, if this is indicative, maybe like this is just the beginning of the can of worms that is coming out about this my excellent superstar, whom I didn't know has been into so many nefarious things within my company, then he's on his way out. So
Wow.
it's like on a case by
Poor guy.
case. Yeah.
Don't use your boss's internet. But do you think it's really a money issue? Is it a generational? Because I started out talking about it being millennials, and I know a lot of our parents were not necessarily this way. They had their job, they went to work, and they came home most of the time. These days, you find is it a money issue? Is it a passion issue? Are we just all taking the wrong jobs while we're still trying to find out what we're really good at? What is it exactly?
I think it's a money issue, honestly, because having a side hustle is a lot of work,
Yeah.
right? So I don't know that if you were being paid really, really well at your job and all your extra time is spent creating memories and doing things that you actually love, then I don't know that there's anyone that wants to work 2, 3, 4 jobs, right? But we need those jobs. We need the extra income, and it's the society that we live in. Our parents' time, you got out of school, you had a great job, I know you were given a car, maybe a house, whatever it was, right? And then you knew that when you're working here, your job is safe for 20, 30 years. Now, man, after 2 weeks, they're gonna be like, bye.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but anyway, like you're doing what you love,
Right.
Right. You are enjoying your job.
Yes.
Like, let's assume you came out of school, you couldn't start setting up this business immediately,
Right.
and you had to be like a banker, for example. And even if you were paid great, you would still want to do this, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So then, is that a money issue?
I'll save my money from the bank and then quit. I just
You wouldn't be
can't-
doing alongside.
I won't do it along. Well, I think because what I do, it can't be a side hustle. It's
Yeah.
a full time, like all your effort type of job. But I mean, if it was something where it was just my brain at the end of the day, then no problem.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you think it's a money issue? Or it's a passion issue?
So
Or just restless?
So I think I will swing more towards the passion issue. Depends on the age of the people. For the much younger ones, I think it's more like a passion issue because their need for money is not immense. Some of them is their very first job, or maybe right after school after 2 years. They're still excited to get that salary. So and that salary is still good for them. So later on maybe it becomes a money issue, but I think it's like for creative expression. It's just like something that they love to do. And that's why I allow the people in my company do it. Because even I, doing my work, I need some distraction from time to time. I could go onto a friend's business and we could talk about his own company and everything that he's doing, and I could like help him bring up ideas of what he could do better and actually help him do 1 or 2 things in his company. I do that now to distract myself from the really serious work of strategy and training.
Yeah.
And I think that for them, they could use that creative distraction. Now it's an experiment also in progression. Okay, so you might interview me in the next 2, 3 years and I'll say,
Never.
bad idea, don't do it.
Yeah.
All right. So, but I'm hoping not. So, but
Yeah.
it's for the creative expression that I still permit it. So I think it's more of a passion issue than a money issue for particular people at a particular age.
What age?
Let me
Younger?
say, younger people, maybe say those
Fresh
below
out
the
of
age of
school.
25, fresh out of school, below
Yeah.
the age of 25, 24. They just want to do many things. But by the time they get older and they now pay their own rent and then they have to maintain their own cars and then you're still paying them XYZ money that you've been paying them since 2 years that you haven't increased because you can't increase because of inflation, and the actual money that you're making is actually less than what you were making before. You can't increase the salary, so they need a side hustle, and then it's a money thing.
Okay.
And at that time, it's a conversation that they can have with you.
All right, we're gonna take a break. When we come back, we'll try and find out ways to work around this. I don't know. For someone like you who you're not a fan of it, I don't know how what we're gonna be getting from you, but we're just gonna find out what we can do as a side hustle. and make a way out of it. We'll be right back. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, we're talking about the side hustle and the legality of it. I have here with me two employers of labor, so they should know quite a bit about staff having side hustles. What's a good way to go about it? I said I was going to ask before we went to the break. What's a good way to go about having a side hustle, if at all?
Okay, so we manufacture skincare products. So what I do is I would get interns who want to be in that line, or I'll get people who want to be in that line. So as long as you declare, then we know how to place you, right? So if you're ever going to be in the factory producing or dealing with recipes, and you're going to be my competition down the line, come on, that's not going to happen, right? But I don't mind grooming you so that you know how to start yours when it's your time. I don't want you to work for me for 20, 30 years. I want you to, move on and improve. So I don't mind doing that, but I need to know. Because truth is, like I said, I need to be able to save you from yourself. So I'm not going to put you in a situation where you tempt yourself. You're not going to put a bartender, and an alcoholic as a bartender and say, well, I'm not going to drink because I'm a recovering alcoholic. No. So I will save you from, getting fired.
Yeah.
And just, honesty. So I'll groom you and help you, but I can't do that at my expense.
Yeah.
So I think at the point of the interview, at your onboarding, you need to say it. You need to tell me, and I'll never ask you. All right, we'll just have a conversation around. Do you have something to tell me? Like, do you have a question for me? And it has to come up. Now, if it doesn't come up then it comes up like 3 weeks into the job. There's a problem, because you need to tell me. It's not something that you're hiding. If I'm not told, then it becomes. It's funny, but if I didn't know, then it becomes a crime.
Yeah.
But if I knew, and I said it's okay, then it's okay. Right. Especially when it's completely distant. Like the guy who makes, one of my employees makes clothes for men. In fact, another one makes clothes for women. So that's fine. Yeah. I mean, I could even patronize him.
You find that a little, I don't want to use the word weird, but I mean, people who have side hustles who are completely off of their path. Do you think that's normal? Do you think it's okay?
It's not normal, because they really have no interest in working for you for the long term. And as an employer, you're spending money training your staff. So you also have to take that into consideration. So part of the onboarding process is what do you want to be? Like in 5 years, where do you see yourself? If you say, I see myself in 3 years being a CEO, then that means you're probably going to be with me for like 6 months to a year. I can't invest money in training you. You know what I mean? So if you have a plan, and I know, okay, this is just a job to get by, but there is a certain level of interest, and that's fine.
So, like guys you talk about now who make clothes, what do you tell them? Do you keep them, or do you think the clothes making or designing is sort of just a passion, not necessarily the career path they want to go down? So what do you tell someone like that?
So to a certain extent, I'll agree with Blondie. However, I'm kind of impressed that they were not sitting at home waiting around for a job to come by, and they started something. So I think I like that part. Some people just start out these things because they're trying to make money, and that's the information that reached them at the time. Not necessarily as if that is what they're found to be what they're passionate about. Most people under the age of 25 don't even know what they're passionate about. They don't know what they really want to do. So the same way they're coming to your office to find purpose, the same way they're doing that thing to find purpose. Who knows, they may find purpose with you as against that side hustle. So yeah. I still give them the opportunity to grow until such a time.
Is there a cutoff age for side hustles?
25.
Really? So if you're 27 and you are doing more than 3 things?
No, let me say 30. Because by 30, you should definitely know what you're doing with your life. I think.
You think it's that easy?
I think.
It's not that easy.
Is there a cutoff age? You don't think so?
I don't think so. I think as long as you need more money, you'll find something to do.
On the side.
On the side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, good luck to everybody. I hope we figure things out earlier. And I mean, I still have some side hustles and I'm over 30. So.
Wow.
But there are side hustles around what I do, so it's fine. Don't worry, you didn't throw shade at me. He's feeling bad now. Thank you very much, Brian. Thank you very much, Blondie, for being here today. We're going to take a break and talk entertainment. Please stay with us.